now.
Good. Let me see.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, Ananda. Good morning, Father. I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Um, yes, it's 6:30 a.m. right here.
I see.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I feel like I'm rushing it too much. I went raising the hand too early because in like 15 minutes I got an exam, so
Oh, okay, okay.
I carry this. Yeah, I had this thing which I wanted to just pull it out.
Yes.
That in these last few days, I don't know, like there was a stopping of the of the need for the spiritual checking in
Mm-hmm.
my behavior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like some thought came, whenever some thought came which said like I need to be spiritual or to act spiritual, or to uh, be more loving, like in the trying way.
Yes.
So I didn't believe it. I didn't take it seriously. And I'm sorry. That
Just
was
say.
the yeah. I'm sorry. So I was that was the like I just discovered many things, you know, or maybe removed the
Mm.
notions that I had, because I realized that the very action of uh, believing those thoughts, some thoughts, is like if I believe them, then that was my problem. Not my problem. Like that was what brought me suffering,
Yes.
and ultimately, uh, whether suffering or not suffering, it is just like a seeming suffering, as you so commonly say, because um, like I am always I remain the same uh, throughout all those experiences. So there was a point when I didn't care uh, if I had moments where I apparently believed a thought, and then maybe felt sad as a consequence,
Mm.
or not, because in the end I am the same. So whether whether suffering or not, I don't care.
Mm.
So that was the attitude. uh, However, it didn't last too long, because as I was reading, I read your book. In the page there is a book, so which is titled "Don't Believe Your Next Thought," you know. And
Yeah.
in that book, I when reading it, I feel like I'm more happy when I'm reading, like when I get it, kind of, uh, so I think I'm starting thinking like, if I didn't read this, then I would be in this pretty normal average state. And if
Mm.
I read this, which happened, then I get all this bliss, all this love. So therefore, I must be doing something wrong, because I don't feel this way, you know. And I realize like this is just another thought, but somehow it has been popping up in these last days. It has been popping up, and there are times when I believe it. So I always, like, I am feeling in this body mind that there is a change when I don't read it and don't receive the grace, maybe, and when I do. So I just wanted to expose this and put it at your feet.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Very good. So,
many things you've reported, and maybe we can just dive in somewhere and see where else it takes us. So one thing that I want to caution you against, because you're very open and you're ready to hear these kind of things, is that if there is too much worry or concern about the state of a particular body mind, you see, then we can also
Mhm.
investigate and ask ourselves, who is that is so concerned about this body mind?
Okay.
You see, and because what will happen then is that the states of the body mind will, the mind will use those to tell you that this defines you in some way, or how well you're doing or how well you're not doing. It is defined by that in some way. You see, so what will happen is then that spirituality which is meant to show you that you are not limited in any way, even beyond the entirety of the manifest, you are not limited by that. You see, then that spirituality can then become about one particular body mind. You see, so so if that spirituality becomes about this body mind that we usually call me or myself, you see, then that will just fester the journey. It will fester the concern. It will fester the looking at states, you see, and saying, okay, this worked, let me do this more. This doesn't work, let me do this less. You see, which is fine at a particular point, but where you are looking from now, all of this concern about what is showing up in a particular body mind, and therefore what can I do to keep it like that or not do so it doesn't become like that. All of that, if we keep it aside for one moment and ask ourselves this fundamental question: who is the protagonist of even this story? You see, who's the central character of even this? You see, and for that, first we have to look at it right now and say, okay, a world of experiences is here even now. You see, who is the experiencer of them? Before I can slice up those experiences and put them in our narrative or my narrative, I need to be able to conclude that here is the experiencer who is the constant, you see, protagonist of the story.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
see,
I get.
and then when we see, we look and we find that there is nobody like that. You see, there is nobody like that. What we do find is the presence of being, and that which is aware even of being. You see, this awareness, which we cannot distinguish between this awareness and ourself in any way, in reality, in a pure looking. You see, then we see that that one has no real concern, or actually not even a relationship with what is showing up in a particular body mind. It is just part of the universal manifest, you see, which is appearing within the being. You see, so that one does not uh, have a concern about, oh, is this showing up now? Is it not like this now? You see, what is going on? You see,
Yeah.
but then what will happen is the mind will tell you, okay, so then if that one is not concerned, then how should it? Why should I be in satsang? You see, how does it matter what I do? You see? And to that, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is showing up in the manifest experience, but there's come a point in the play of consciousness that consciousness itself is tired of the lie, is tired of the limiting ideas that it has played with about itself, and now wants to let go of those ideas. You see, so satsang is so that consciousness, your consciousness, you see, is playing out in this way, that it is producing within itself this apparatus of satsang, so that it can play with the game of ridding itself of the false ideas, just like it played with the game of including the false ideas to be true. Now it is letting go of them, letting go of all of the ignorance. You see, so that is the purpose that it serves. You see, but even in this, this consciousness is not does not need to rely on what is showing up in a particular body mind as some state, because otherwise what will happen is that you will become experience chasers. You see, we'll start chasing experiences and states of bliss or joy or things like this, and the mind will use that to convince you that everything else that shows up is not God. It is only when God is only God when this stuff, the good stuff, shows up. You see? But it is not like that. You see? So, okay, you have an exam to go to, so maybe you can see if you have time for this. I don't want you missing your exam, um, but really, what I'm saying is that if there is one that is trying to be in the perfect spiritual state, you see, then figure out who is the one that wants that.
Can I talk?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I find total relaxation
Yes.
in that question.
Yeah.
As opposed maybe to sometimes you say resistance, lots of resistance coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at this moment,
So
total
what I'm saying,
relaxation.
okay, what I'm saying to you is that don't make meaning out of either the relaxation or the resistance. The questions which
Okay.
I'm offering you are worth it for themselves. You see, they are worth it because they offer an insight into what is your reality. And it is not a way to come to relaxation, nor is it a way to get rid of resistance. You see, we may say these things at provisional levels, but since you've already walked that journey a bit, I want to share with you that if you allow the states which show up, then tomorrow, if I say something else and some resistance comes, some contraction comes, you see, then it can feel like, I don't know whether this satsang is working for me now anymore. You see, earlier I used to get relaxation. Now I'm just doubting everything he's saying and it's just upsetting me. You see, then it becomes about trying to bring a body mind into a particular state, which is not what this is about at all.
Okay.
So the biggest tip, and really you should go for your exam, but the biggest tip I want to give you is that don't allow any phenomenal appearance to make a judgment about what you really are. You see, or what your condition is.
I'm very thankful. Like I like I have to say that if there is something I can do in this world or whatever, I will trust you. Like these words, I will trust them to the core. Like I promise, I will try my best. Thank you very much.
Very good, my dear. All the very best to you for your exam as well.
Thank you. I got a rush.
Okay, my love. Take care.
Bye. Bye.